Mr. Jerry Vaval. What's going on, bloody?
JTG.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
Let's welcome the people again to another episode of Giant Fundamentals, the podcast dedicated to tackling the vital issues of men's mental health. And I want to ask you, how's your body? How's your heart? How's your mind? What are you grateful for?
Mind, I feel focused. I feel like, man, I'm things are trending in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the business. I'm happy about the progress that is being made and the little things that are coming together. My heart, I feel like my heart is, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's just like sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm like, I'm just here. It's just all over the place. My body, I don't know, man. I've been having these little pains and stuff like my foot. I don't know, I had this pain in my foot, but I realized it's because my shoes they're worn out. So I gave a lot of my shoes away.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta build back up. But my body's still good for the most part. What I'm grateful for, man, I'm grateful for life, for another chance, another day.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say that is because maybe like 20, 30 minutes before we got on, I was coming from Taco Bell with my son. And I was just thinking about the friends that I've lost that I went to elementary school with.
Mm.
And it's just like, oh, one came to my mind, then another came to my mind. Then I'm like, oh, shit, Tanks just passed away too.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. And then it's like, I just went into this meditative state like, yo, they're not here anymore. But I am. Like, no matter what I'm going through in life, no matter the challenges, I'm alive.
Yeah.
You know, so that really like it put everything into perspective for me, man. Like, I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
alive. No matter what's going on in my life, I'm breathing. And sometimes we don't take a time to like really sit in that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the context of just looking at those that I've lost in the last few years, I'm like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, man. Tanks definitely had me thinking about certain things, whenever I see someone like Tanks, who was someone I grew up with in elementary school, middle school, in the neighborhood, who I could say mirrors my personality or who I am as a person. Like, he was a good dude. He was one of the boys. I'm like, I'm here, but why am I here? Because I could have easily been him. I could have easily been my homeboy Derek or Dwight, who passed away when I was in high school, or, Willie, you know what I mean, who we grew up with. So I'm always thinking like, I must be here for something special, for something great, because God is keeping me alive for some reason, right? And it always puts me in a seat of gratitude.
Yeah.
Always puts me in a seat of gratitude. So
Kobe. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that video clip when he played the Orlando Magic in 2009 in the finals, and it was like, and the Lakers went up 2 games, and he was like, Kobe, how do you feel being up 2 games? It was like, job finished? No. Job not finished. Job done? No. Job not done.
right.
Like, job not finished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I use that as everyone grieves at a different rate, right? No one can tell you how long to grieve or how you should grieve. But for me, I'm like, it's one of those things that, all right, how can I use this pain as motivation to make sure the job gets done, whatever the job and the purpose is, right? So yeah, I mean, what my body feels good. I haven't worked out as much, but I've been eating decent, so like my weight hasn't really gone up. It's gone down a little bit from what I feel. I'm not on the scale, but I feel like my body is still shrinking because I'm eating well. My mind is focused. It's just like you, just focused on what my 5 year plan is and what I want life to look like 5 years from now. Um, and then my heart, man, it was a tough emotional week, but
Yeah,
shit, we made
I
it.
know, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's scratching 40. Man,
Oh,
it's weird. I'm like,
it,
yo.
weird. And everyone that reached out to me this week that I spoke to was feeling the same thing. So we
Hmm.
made another week. It's something that I'm grateful for because I actually just came back from my goddaughter. She's pledging to a sorority, Delta Sigma Theta. We grew up in the hood and we grew up Haitian. We don't know shit about that.
And in the church, don't forget that part.
And in the church. So that sorority stuff is sacrilegious.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So but they had her do a family tree as part of her induction into the sorority. And just looking at the differences between those who grew up more Americanized, who are like black, closer to Black American, and those who grew up Haitian, and how like the Black Americans, they can go like 5, 6 generations.
That's true.
Us as Caribbean descent, we could only go maybe 2 or 3, if that much.
We can go two because you can go well,
Parents,
your one, your grandparents
grandparents,
two,
maybe.
grandparents,
Yeah.
maybe grandparents for real.
Yeah, you could do grandparents, but great
Oh,
grandparents,
grandparents, yeah, great
yeah.
grandparents. That's where the buck stops right there.
Yeah, that's if you got that info, you lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So just thinking about that and like thinking about like some of the fun facts and how we're all integrated. One of the girls is actually related to Jason Derulo, the singer.
Yeah, the singer,
That's
yeah.
her uncle. And I'm sitting there saying her last name Derulo, Derulo. I'm like, oh, Jason Derulo. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. So just I want to be able to feed that family history to my children, and I think we need to do a better job of like not only finding out but encouraging our kids to dig deep into the family history. And I know that's scary because sometimes you have to dig deep into family trauma. But that acknowledgement is one way that we can, fight those generational curses.
For sure, for sure. My kids always ask me about my upbringing and my grandmother. They always asking questions here and there, especially on the car ride. That's why I don't be putting on the music and stuff sometimes, just so we can,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
out there. I know sometimes you want to take a break, but man, take those iPads and those phones away from those kids, man. That's a good time to have these little micro conversations. You'll be surprised at the things that they're thinking about.
right. And you'd be surprised what they may ask you. Like you said, they're thinking about. My kids already. I know they don't like it, but I'm like, yeah. Either one of y'all gonna play DJ because I like to hear the music that they listening to,
Mm-hmm.
or we gonna talk. And usually my oldest is in the front seat, and she be a little introverted sometimes. She don't be want to play DJ, so I'm like, all right, I guess we talking. So they're always surprised by the stories that we share.
Yeah, they're gonna remember those, man. They're gonna remember it. They're gonna appreciate it. You're gonna see one day they're gonna, oh yeah, my dad used to tell us this. I remember what my dad said. They're gonna appreciate it, man.
For sure. So what M&Ms you have for us this week? You got any mental health music?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull out one from Jono the Giant.
Okay, we got a little streak going on.
Yes, it goes with what we were talking about. Like it was just kind of last week was a heavy week.
Yeah.
So I had that song. Damn, I don't remember my own song. What's it called again? Right away.
Mm.
I'm trying to find the lyrics. If I could find the lyrics, I know you.
It's a little classic.
Yeah, I know, right? I know you're gonna ask me for the mental health music, and I don't know why I'm not prepared to give it to you, but
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna beat you.
sure, that's what I'm used to. Um, dang. So essentially, the song is talking about me wanting to hide away from life or all my responsibilities because everything just seems so tough. It just seems so hard. Um,
And we'll definitely make sure to we'll link this song in the show notes.
so the verse says, "Life is hard, unforgiving. I want to hide, but I'm a dad. I have a wife, gotta provide. My head spin, pressure's real. I'm in my feelings. I gotta push, I gotta work, no time for healing.
Mm-hmm.
I grind, I lose my mind, I feel the strain. So I smoke, I pour it up, gotta numb the pain. I'm striving for the best, but shit, I'm on the ropes. Should I stay or give up? Shit, I'm losing hope. Is
Mm.
God real? Does he love me? This can't be life. Cause staying sane these days seems like a major fight. A black man who's struggling, but from within. Stand it up, stand your ground, take it on the chin. Though I'm weak, can't say a peep, gotta be strong. But the truth is at the root, I feel alone. I provide, I protect, I save the day. But there are times when my soul just wants to hide away.
Mm. So you said a lot in that verse. I didn't expect you to read it all, but I guess the principle, the premise of it is you going through so many things, and the first thing that you, well, I won't say the first thing, but the main thing you want to do is run away or hide.
Well,
Do you want to hide your emotions, or do you want to hide from what's happening in life, or maybe even both?
want to hide from what's happening in life. This is a song I wrote back in 2023 when I was going through, I would say, my first depressive episode as an adult. And this is, once I heard the track, I was like, everything just came together. In terms of words just flowed because I was in a depression. It was tough. And I really just wanted to hide. When I say hide away, it's like I want a break. I just want everything to stop, all my responsibilities to stop, working, paying bills, being emotionally present for kids and for other people, for clients, dealing with, business issues, debt. I just wanted everything to stop. Yeah.
Is there, when you said this is the 2023 was your first adult depressive situation, is it because you were aware of it, or are there other times, not only you, but are there times adults can be going through a depression and they're not aware of it?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. See, the thing is, my depression, I got to a point where I couldn't do anything.
Mm.
I
So it was
was,
a burnout.
yeah, burnout too. Burnout was, I would definitely felt burnt out as well. I couldn't do anything. And it felt, hey, you remember the time I felt like, I was like, yo, am I always going to be like this for the rest of my life? And I was very afraid because it, I don't know if it was that time that made me realize it, but yeah, that time, no, I knew already, but it was like, man, I was afraid because, man, I saw my grandmother my whole childhood, my whole life be depressed.
Mm.
Like, damn, is this how my reality gonna be? Am I gonna be depressed for the rest of my life like her? Like, nah, I can't be depressed. I got kids, I got a wife, I gotta make moves. I can't just be depressed.
Hmm.
So I was really nervous about that. But that wasn't the first major. It was the first major depressive episode for sure, as in like a full fledged adult. But I remember a couple of times in college. Um,
Mm.
I remember a couple of times, yeah, like once in college. I remember a couple of times, but that was like that thing lasted for like maybe like a whole month and a half, feeling that way. And even after that month and a half, it was still lingering. It's and the lingering part was the burnout. That was really
Uh,
the burnout because it could take a minimum of up to 3 months to a year to get over burnout.
wow.
Yeah, it could take a long time. That's why
So,
sometimes people you see somebody. That's why I'm trying to inform people like, oh yeah, he's just lazy. He's not doing nothing. I was like, bro, he's not lazy. He's probably depressed. That's why
mm,
he's doing that. He's probably depressed. And then the thing about it is, depression has multiple faces because there's so many people who are working, overworking,
yeah.
actually depressed. That's another form of depression. How
Wow.
to work. And people, yo, our parents went through that. They got up every day and went to work super unhappy, but that's how they hid behind the depression. But depression really just means you just have there's no joy in life. You just flatline. It's just like
Mhm.
going with emotions.
So then sometimes people externally could look at it and be like, "Oh, he's so stoic," or "He's
Yeah.
not. He's emotionally balanced. He's even keel." Right? And he's like, "Nah, player's actually depressed and burnt out. You just don't."
Yeah.
You don't know him like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
So all the game sevens are done as
Yes.
far as game seven with Denver and OKC just happened. Of course, OKC won. So we're in the conference portion of the NBA. Up to this point, what lessons have you gotten from what you saw in the NBA in the playoffs specifically?
Man, the main thing, and we spoke about this offline a couple of days ago, is you can do your best and still not get the expected end.
Mm,
You can still not get the thing that you want, but then you have to get back up again and do it all over again. And a lot of these guys, man, they train in the off season, training camp, get to become an all-star, in the running for defensive player of the year, MVP, all these all these different awards.
mhm,
When you get into the playoffs, you're going from round to round, and boom, you get bounced out.
mhm.
You got to do it all over again. It's like you got to climb the mountain all over again.
Yeah.
And I just believe, like, if you're not really committed to the process, you're not going to be able to keep going. And this is why LeBron is so impressive to me, because the nigga went to 10 finals. He only won, well, I say only, let me not say that. He won 4, right?
Impressive.
He went 10 times, though, bro.
Hmm. With bums.
He just kept going. Hey, but let's let the audience know the Miami Heat players, they were not Bucks. Not that.
No,
Not
no, but I'm just
okay.
the real NBA watchers out there, they understand. You know what I'm saying? They understand. And for my female listeners that may not be too good in sports, just imagine LeBron James was the greatest girlfriend or the greatest wife of all time, and she had a successful family life with a dude that shouldn't even be in her league. That's all it is. That's all I'm trying to say. Is that this man went to the finals 10 times. I think what, 5 or 6 times straight?
Nah, I think it was 8 times straight.
8 times straight.
Yeah,
Like, it's one thing to go 10 times, but to go 8 straight,
he's a dynasty within himself.
there you go. And we ain't talking about Chinese foods.
Oh yeah, but it's like he's so impressive to me because he's someone that loves the process. You can only keep doing that if you love the process.
Right.
So that just shines a light on what we're building with the podcast. It's like, yo, we ain't getting paid for this.
Nope.
We ain't got no sponsorships yet. We
Right.
ain't doing stuff. But every week we come out and we prepare and we put the content out, and then we're talking about it throughout the week. I'm sending you, oh, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. Like, we're committed to the process. And the thing about it is, you can't do it for the end result.
Right.
You have to do it for the love of the game.
Mm.
That's what I recognize with the playoffs. It's like, yo, the dudes that you keep seeing go to all-star appearances,
Mm-hmm.
the dudes that you keep seeing getting into the playoffs, get into the conference finals, yo, and they keep doing it year after year after year. Them boys, they love it. They love it. Look at Ant. Ant got this is second conference finals in back-to-back years, and his game has elevated so much from last year.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The
yo,
little things. The little things.
I'm like, yo, man, if he keeps going like this, man, he's about to take over the league because he made a big jump. And he could have just been like, oh, yeah, I'm in the conference finals. Oh, yeah, we good. We're going to keep competing. No, he added a lot to his game. So, that's loving the process. That's loving the journey.
That's a great example because, especially at his age, when you're young, sometimes you can get a certain level of success and feel like, oh, I'm good. I'll always be here. Oh,
Right.
I'll always have this. And when you know you love the process is because you're able to critique yourself in a certain way that's graceful, but understand that I still have work to do.
Yeah.
So to your point earlier, when you said Kobe back in 2009, when they played the Orlando Magic in the playoffs, and it was like, you up 2-1, and he said, yeah, but the job's not done, right? So understanding that is like, okay, yeah, I'm doing all this because people say do it with the end in mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm loving the process to understand, like, even if I don't get that championship, I don't get that lottery win, I don't get that great reward at the end, that I'm still going to show the day after that game, I'm still going to show up 100% for myself. I'm still going to fine tune the areas of opportunities that I witnessed, the things that I could have done better.
Yeah.
And we all have to translate that in life, right? And I'm not saying that your life has to be, you have to come at your life as a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
But there are certain ways where you can say, okay, I could have done this a little better. I could do this. I could move this around. What lessons did I learn from this decision? And not beating myself up for certain mistakes.
Yep.
And I think that ultimately leads to our main topic. I want to open up this conversation where you said it best: out with the old, in with the new. Why questioning your beliefs is vital to your happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So what caused you to bring up that topic? What was your thought process?
I think a lot of us want a lot out of it, okay? And a lot of us could get so caught up on what we need to do to get a lot out of life. We're not focused on who we need to be. So the person that you currently are cannot get you what you want. You have to become a different person. You have to become an evolved person. Going back to Ant. Ant got to the conference finals, not satisfied. He added more to his game because I'm sure he's thinking about, okay, I got to win this chip. I was 4 games away. Or what did they lose? They were like 7 games away because I think they lost at 5 or something to getting that chip.
Yeah.
So you understanding that, yeah, there's things you have to do, but there's a person that you have to become. And in order to become that person to get what you want, you have to shift your beliefs. How you used to think that got you here, or what you used to believe that got you here, what you used to believe that made you the person that you are today, those beliefs are not going to be able to go with you to where you're actually trying to go.
So that makes a lot of sense, but it's difficult to really digest because a lot of us think our beliefs are us. It's our identity.
Man, and I know you were going to say that. I know you were going to say that. I was ready for you. No, but it's true because, well, first and foremost, let's kind of dumb it down. Let's dumb it down. Let's go a layer. Let's just go a layer lower.
7 layers deep.
Okay, we ain't going deep. Or let's go. We're not going deeper. I want to go before we get to that. Our beliefs being who we are. Majority of us do not know we even have beliefs. A lot of us think that our religious affiliation, that's what we believe.
Wow.
Bro. Oh, I believe in God. Oh, I believe in this. No, that's not your beliefs. You think that's what it is. Your beliefs are much deeper than a religious construct. Your beliefs are much deeper than what you got in your sports team or in your family. It's much deeper than that. A lot of us don't even know what we truly believe. A lot of us don't recognize that we have self-limiting beliefs. Most of our beliefs are self-limiting. Most of our beliefs are causing us to be stuck. Most of our beliefs are getting us into relationships that's toxic and that's causing us headache. Most of us don't realize our self-limiting beliefs that we have are causing us to stay stuck at a certain income bracket. Most of us don't understand or realize that there are beliefs that we have that are causing friction between us and our kids, family members, friends. A lot of us are so unaware of our beliefs. What are some self-limiting beliefs? Okay, let me just say that. Throw that out there now before you ask me a question. 'Cause I see you writing something. So let me
Yeah.
just, okay, I'm not good enough. A lot of us don't realize that in the back of our subconscious, that's what's playing. Somebody told us something when we were a kid and made us feel as if we're not good enough. Oh, I'm not attractive enough.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm a bad person. Because maybe when we were kids, they told us, oh, you know, you hard, or you always causing trouble. Vagabond, yeah. One of my clients, he listened to the podcast. Shout out to, I ain't gonna say his name, but shout out to him, man. He said, he asked me, what's a vagabond? What's that? Because he's not. I said, oh, it's a vagabond. He's like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, so
A vagabond.
one of my better clients, man. We having some great sessions. But we don't realize that all of those messagings that we heard when we were younger, they became our beliefs. And because they are our beliefs and they're lodged in our subconscious, we're getting results that we don't want. And we're getting frustrated because we don't know that this is what we're believing about ourselves, about others, and about life in general.
It's crazy you say that because I was typing in what is the definition of belief? And one of them is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists.
Mm.
So, as you were talking about those self limiting beliefs, we're believing these statements to be true. And specifically in our childhood, as you brought up, a lot of the beliefs or these true, quote unquote, true statements we have of ourselves or about life were borrowed from other people, from other instances, and we lodge them in our subconscious to help us survive certain environments.
Yeah, majority of our beliefs are passed down. So the thing is, a lot of what many of us believe, we don't realize that. Well, I would say this: when you don't know what your beliefs are, just know you're playing off the old programming of your parents and whoever else you grew up around.
100%. So, how do we break that tie? Because a lot of us feel like, but my beliefs are my identity. It's who I am.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Our beliefs are not who we are.
Mm.
I'm sorry. So our beliefs are not who we are. Our thoughts are not who we are.
Mm.
Emotions are not who we are. These are things we're experiencing, but they are not us. So I literally just got out of my last session today, and I was terminating this couple because I feel as if they've done well. We've tackled the issue, so they can move on. But my suggestion to them was, I said, hey, to the husband, I said, bro, your wife already did her individual work for years. I said, but you got some individual work that you need to do so they could help you in your process as you guys are married and, with your kids and everything of that nature. So he was like, okay, cool. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do this activity. So I did a defense mechanism assessment with them.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who haven't listened to it, we have a defense mechanism episode that we came out with. I think it was, I don't know, it's one of the
126.
126. Okay, yeah, because one of the recent ones. Yeah, so y'all gotta check that out so you can see more of what I'm talking about when it comes to defense mechanisms. So when we did the defense mechanism assessment, yo, my man has this issue, which you can relate to. He makes jokes when things are uncomfortable.
Oh,
He was so floored. I've never seen him that expressive and that shocked in the session. Because you know why? Because he kept doing it. Like
yeah.
even in the midst of the session, he just kept doing it over and over and over and over. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm doing it again! Oh my god, I'm doing like." He's just talking about like I used to love Bernie Mac, Hugh Lee. He used to love those guys, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, yeah. I said, you know what it is? You do that because psychologically and emotionally, you feel uncomfortable in the moment.
Yeah.
So it's an automatic response that comes up. So there's something about this moment that's making you do that. And he's like, yo, I do this all the time though. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really not uncomfortable. You're going through our life, not feeling uncomfortable. So he was like, man, like this is crazy, but like, I just have to wonder, like, if I stop doing this, then who will I be? And I was like, you see, I said, look, it's a defense mechanism. It's a tool in your tool bag. It's not who you are. It's because you've been operating like that for your whole life, 40 plus years. You've been operating this way. So this is why you feel like, yo, if I stop doing this, who am I going to be? It's like, you see, this is how a lot of us think.
Yeah, it's a great point because going back to childhood, and I can relate to this, like you said, a lot of those times, and I'll use myself as an example, and I know a lot of people can relate to this. I would watch those comedians, those funny episodes, and they would load into my brain
Yes.
as
Yes.
ammo for
Yes.
the defense mechanism, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, I'm gonna roast this person, I'm gonna roast that person. All right, when there's an uncomfortable situation, I got this joke ready. So I'm lining up the defenses
Yeah.
for when I'm in those moments. I got the rapid fire.
Ready, ain't fired, bro.
That's it. And then eventually through time, I think I'm manifesting who I am through those defenses
Exactly.
because those are my beliefs.
Yeah. So it's like, it's the same thing with the beliefs. The defenses, you think the defenses are who you are, but they're not. And you believe your beliefs are who you are, but they're not. Like, a lot of us don't recognize. Now let me go back. Let's go to the deeper layer. For
Yes.
those of us who recognize what our beliefs are. Because some of us, we think these are our beliefs or those are our core beliefs, but they're not for real. Those are the things on the surface. So let's take religion. We think that, oh, I believe in God. I believe in thou shalt not do this, whatever. We think these things are our beliefs. So as we say, okay, this is what I believe, we let me correct that. We take these on as beliefs. And because we take them on as beliefs, we think this is who we are. I am a Christian. I am a Buddhist. I am a Muslim. No, that's what you practice. You are. But you tell somebody that, they get very uncomfortable because of hey, no. Hey, don't come trying to because those beliefs, they present as a psychological and emotional safety in order to step into the world confidently and with surety. So the moment you tell somebody, hey, you start having a conversation with them and you start making them even think about questioning their beliefs, this is why people get defensive.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, you're attacking who I am. It's like, that's not who you are. That's what you practice.
So it's funny how when someone questions you or there's someone who's curious about your beliefs, how people take that as a defense, like, oh, you're attacking me.
Yeah.
Isn't that a point in itself? The fact that I'm asking you or questioning your beliefs and you take it as an attack, shouldn't that be a signal of awareness to be like, hey, why am I even feeling attacked? Why am I?
No, you're not gonna think that way. You're not gonna think that way. Nobody's gonna naturally think that way unless they're open-minded. Most people are not open-minded when it comes to their beliefs. It's like you hold on to it like, boy, like white on rice. It's like you're not gonna let it go because, again, you feel as if you let it go, you're just gonna be lost in the world, just like spinning out of control without knowing where to turn or where to go to. So nobody's naturally just gonna be open minded and be like, The only people who are really naturally open minded is when someone has already done their work.
Yeah.
Like you've been through the gauntlet and had to question certain things in terms of like whether it's going to, most likely is when you go to therapy.
Yeah.
Because a good therapist is going to make you question your existence. A good therapist, and you need that because you have to understand that, what you believe is making you feel safe, but you don't recognize that thing that you actually believe is actually holding you back from what you say you want out of life.
Self-limiting belief.
Self-limiting belief.
And so once you question your beliefs and then you kind of then take it a step deeper or go another layer deep, where now you know what your beliefs, or you question your beliefs, and then you see how they compare to who you believe you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
What is the next step? Like, for example, I believed I'm Haitian, so I believe if you have dreads, you're a dog, you're a drug dealer. Now I realize I only got that because my parents said that. Now, actually, that's not even who I am. And now I think I want to grow my hair, but I don't know. I don't know where to go after that. I don't really. What would be the next step?
I think the next step with that, in any other belief or a person that you're trying to grow into, the main thing that you have to embody and embrace is living by the principle of curiosity. It's being curious, like, oh, okay, if I do this, then okay, let's see what happens. I can grow my hair and say, bro, you can always cut your hair. You don't like it, right? We don't recognize that there are a lot of things we it's like so serious, but it's not that deep for real.
Mm,
Not at all. So even the beliefs that you said you holding on dear to, you don't want to let go. You don't recognize, hey, you can let it go, and then if you want to come back to it, you always can, right?
I think that's the tough part, because there's the fear of losing yourself.
Yeah, you're not
And
losing yourself. You're actually finding yourself.
mm,
See, that's the misconception. We think if we let go of this, we're letting go of all of us. But what we don't recognize is that when you're holding on to this, you're not allowing yourself to go deeper, to find yourself even more. Like, I strongly believe, and this is something that I've currently recently come to this conclusion. I believe that no one ever lives life to the end fully knowing who they are. I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible to really know who you are.
mm,
And here's the reason why I say that. It's because we don't understand consciousness.
mm,
We don't know what consciousness is. So consciousness is what the consciousness is looking at everything that's happening.
mm-hmm,
It's experiencing everything that's going on. But as we go through life, what's happening is we are having these experiences that are quieting our consciousness. It's quieting or it's pressing down or not allowing us to really step into that self-awareness, like the concept of self.
mm-hmm,
I, because if you think about it, like, yo, I'm not my name. Yeah, okay, Jono, but I'm more than Jono. Who is Jono? That's a name that was given to me at birth.
mm-hmm,
My consciousness was already starting to form in my mom's womb.
mm-hmm,
Consciousness start because you got the sperm and the egg. Did it start where the sperm and the egg came together? Was it split within the sperm and the egg? There's so many different things. So for you to say that, oh, this is who I am, or to hold on to this, you know how elementary that is. That's why I feel like we don't really know. We go our whole lives not knowing who we are. Maybe there's an afterlife if you believe in that. Maybe we find it out there. Reincarnation, if you believe in that, maybe you find it out there. I don't know. But I feel like it's a life's journey to like go deeper. But what you do is you're not able to go, many of us are not able to go deeper because we're holding on to this belief. We're
mm-hmm,
holding on to a reality that we thought, oh, once I make six figures, I'm gonna be good. Once I have a wife and kids, I'm gonna be good. Once I get that promotion, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna just every life is gonna be great. Yo, you know how shallow that is. That's why I feel like we're not gonna really know who we are, but we're not gonna fully know. But you really shoot yourself in the foot when you're holding dearly to beliefs. You're really not giving a chance for you to know who you are. So you're definitely staying stuck in that old version of yourself.
You said a lot, and I know you probably see this in your work. For that one person that is digging deep and is on that journey of healing and finding out who they really are, their partner, their spouse, their best friend, their family might see them and say, I don't know, he just changed, or that
Yeah,
person changed.
yeah.
And I feel like when people say that, whether it be your spouse, your family, your friends, I feel like they don't really appreciate the evolution of that person and what they're trying to do.
How they gonna appreciate it? They're not doing the work. You asking you asking for too much. That's a terrible expectation there. But of course, a lot of us we want to give this newfound information to the ones that we love the most. We want them to, we become like little evangelists trying to say, "Oh, go to therapy." Da, da, da. It's like, bro, they're not on that because a lot of people are too afraid to take that step because one, they don't want to be seen. That's the biggest thing. And number two, they don't understand how much these limiting beliefs are holding them back. And number three, they don't realize how great they're going to feel once they take that step.
To your point, I saw this Trip Fontaine. I want to give him credit for this. He said the best thing you can do in any relationship is work on yourself.
Work on yourself.
Worry about you.
Worry about you.
Because if we had a table full of mess, artifacts, garbage, whatever it is, and we share these artifacts, this garbage, this mess. If I take away my mess, then you have no choice but to focus on yours, right?
You do.
And at the same time, I should only focus on my mess. I shouldn't be responsible for your mess.
Yeah.
Because why would I want to cheat you out of your own process? That stuck out to me the most. I think a lot of times, like you said, we become little evangelists for other people. And we want them to get on the right track. We want to show them what we've been going through.
Yeah.
And we don't realize that you're just you're stealing the joy out of them loving their process.
You know why we do that? I think it's a double-sided thing. Double-edged. The positive is we love them and we just want them to experience freedom. We see them suffering and we just want them to experience the other side like we're experiencing it. The other side of the sword is selfishness.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because we feel as if this person, whether it's a romantic partner, friend, family member, whoever, we feel as if this person doesn't get it, then where am I gonna go? I have to go find new people. I don't want to do that. I want to feel comfortable still. So in order for me to feel comfortable, you got to change. So we're trying to force feed them things way before their time that they need, and it's all because we're being selfish.
Yeah. Man, you said a lot on this particular podcast. Did you have any more notes that you wanted to go over?
No.
Okay. So two questions I want to leave our audience with, right? That you brought up that inspired from that, I got inspired from what you said. The first one I always say, you have to look at yourself and look at what you've believed over the years and ask yourself, would you die by your beliefs? The second question is, if it takes a lifetime to understand who you really are, how could you say that you really know everything about God?
Dang, that's serious. You're so right. Dang.
Well, one thing I do believe in, though, is I love you, bro.
I thought you were gonna say something stupid as hell.
No, I'm working on my defense mechanisms. I ain't trying to be funny.
I love you too, bro. Until we pod again. My soul is hiding so far away. My soul is hiding so far away. My soul is hiding so far away. So far away. My soul is hiding so far. So far. My soul is hiding so far away. My soul is hiding so far. My soul is hiding so far away. So far away. My soul is hiding so far. Look, yeah. is hard, unforgiving. I wanna hide, but I'm a dad, I have a wife, gotta provide. My head spin, pressure's real, I'm in my feelings. I gotta push, I gotta work, no time for healing. As I grind, I lose my mind, I feel the strain. So I smoke, I pour it up, gotta numb the pain. I'm striving for the best, but shit, I'm on the ropes. Should I stay or give up? Shit, I'm losing hope. Is God real? Does he love me? This can't be life, cause staying sane these days seems like a major fight. A black man who's struggling, but from within. Suck it up, stand your ground, take it on the chin. Though I'm weak, can't say a peak, gotta be strong. But the truth is at a root, I feel alone. I provide, I protect, I save the day. But there are times when my soul just wants to hide away. I wear a mask to do the task, but I'm really dying. Internal roller coaster inside me, I'm truly crying. What you see isn't truth, I'm really hurt. Neglect myself, neglect my health, put others first. To show my worth, to be loved and gain consent from those I know, those I love, but never content. Cause inside I'm lost, empty, I'm depleted, and no verbal affirmation can make me feel needed. They hurt me and left me, and it left a wound that prevents me to blossom, grow, and to bloom. I'm consumed with all my duties, no time to breathe. No escape, no way out, but I wanna leave. No, I need to leave. No, I need reprieve, cause I need to grieve what's inside of me. No more bob and weave from what's hurting me. Looking to receive all the peace I need. Time to hide away. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, the man that says he can and the man that says he can't are both right. Which one are you? Street cred was a major priority, and no respect for any authority. If you love school, you were in the minority. Can't be yourself, only way was conformity. In the dark I pray.